Welcome back to Doc Diaries. This week, I'm going to discuss forming a committee and some tips I have about approaching people to help you along your way with your dissertation. So, one of the things I didn't know whenever I started my doctoral program was that there would be a committee of professors within my program and one outside member that would help review my qualifying exams and that would review my chapters as I started working my dissertation to give me feedback before I actually defended my dissertation. I feel like a lot of the things I had heard about dissertations just focused on the fact that it was 5 years, that it was a lot of hard work, and that eventually you defended your dissertation, which really does sound like you're putting your work on trial, and that might sound crazy to some people, but it makes complete sense because as I'm getting closer and deeper into this process, I feel like you should be able to defend your dissertation with the same vitriol as a defense attorney. So, that aside, this is not The Bachelor, okay? Professors are not going to go cry in the corner or down a bunch of champagne because they did or did not get a rose. Some of them will be eager to help you and be really excited or honored that you approached them, and others might have to decline because they're too busy. And before you take it personally, just know that the fact that you wanted them on your committee means a lot of other people probably want them on their committee as well. So, the people we value and respect, we should want the best for their mental health, just like we would want the best for our own mental health. So, not spreading themselves too thin is really important. When I approached my committee members, the first thing I did was I thought about the people I had been taught by and how their feedback was. I knew I wanted to have people on my committee that would be really honest with me, whose research I respected and whose research aligned with my research interests. I did not want someone to be on my committee that I felt like might have a bias of being more favorable because we had a strong relationship. So when I asked the people to join my committee, I made sure that they gave meaningful feedback that was transformative. So transformative feedback means they point out something that you either did well or that you could improve on, and they give a specific reason why that matters, and it's in a generalized way. So it helps you as a writer or researcher beyond the context of that one paper or assignment. Then I asked myself, okay, I admire this person, but does my research topic and my cognate and all of the things that I'm working on, does that align with this person's research? Does it align with their knowledge base? Because I might admire someone a lot that teaches a certain course, but knowing that there are so many doc students trying to find the right fit, it would be almost selfish to ask someone to work on my committee that might be more valuable for someone else's committee because their area of expertise aligns more with something else that is outside of mine. The outside interest, I wanted someone who would really critique my research methodologies and someone who would be hard on me. And so I asked that person. When I approached them, I made sure to first say what class I had with them. Then I went into what my dissertation idea was. I explained why I thought they would be a valuable member of my committee. And then I said what my tentative research questions were and that I understood if they could not join my committee, but that I appreciated their time nonetheless. Um, I feel like that was really a respectful way to handle this situation. Telling someone what you plan on researching before they commit to a 3 year long journey, well, 2 year long journey with you, I think is really important because if they're not interested in it, like how miserable would you be if someone asked you for a favor and they didn't tell you what it was, and then you ended up being stuck doing something you hated? Like if someone was like, "Hey, Ashley, I really need your help." And I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll help you. And they're like, can you please keep my plants alive for 2 weeks? Like, all of those plants would die. I do not have the skills necessary to nurture those plants and to keep them healthy. So, think about your dissertation that way. These people need to be able to help you along the way but also to keep that topic healthy, they have to be interested in it, or else it's miserable for them and it won't benefit you either. So I did have one person that I originally reached out to was too busy, which I completely understood. But they actually recommended a different person for me that might benefit the research topic I picked and fill that outside role. I did end up taking their advice, and I'm really glad that I did. So I am about to finish my lit review. I just finished my qualifying exams and got the feedback from my committee members, and I can only speak to how it's been going so far, but I definitely have zero regrets, and I am really glad that I took the time to carefully weigh who I had asked to be on my committee, and I didn't do it flippantly. And I really advise anyone else who is doing a dissertation and that needs to form a committee to work with that you consider those things as well. So, in sum, make sure that they will have a clear understanding of what you're asking them to do, what your research questions are, why you think that they would be a good fit. And if you can't answer why they would be a good fit other than you just really like them, then they're probably not the best person for your committee. So I hope that this is helpful, and I'll see you next time on Doc Diaries. Bye.